Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. Sorry for the bright backlit window, just that you can see. I am in the middle of moving everything around because this week I've had the tradies in building my bathroom, which is really exciting. So very soon I will have a bathroom here in the shed that'll have a composting toilet and a vanity in there. And then I will be able to start to invite small groups of people here for knitting sessions and for classes. So I'm sort of working through getting that finalized, and then I will start on the having people here part. Meanwhile, as you can see, there is junk everywhere, and I'm in a different spot. And I think I am going to change my recording spot. This is definitely not the best, although the colors are looking really good, but that brightness of that light behind is not. So I might have to figure out an angle or put something up on the window. Yeah, I've moved my other couch to where I used to have this chair, and I think it's a much better use of the space. It doesn't block as much of the open floor space, although at the moment there's really no open floor space because I've moved all of the area where my desk is kind of all packed up, while that wall's being constructed, so there's space for the tradies to move around a little bit. And then I'm going to have to relay some carpet squares in there. And then I think I will completely reconfigure how I had my office, which is actually quite exciting. I'm looking forward to kind of doing that and getting myself all settled and reorganized, and then figure out where this table is going to go. And at the moment, all of my stuff from my desk is sitting on the table, as well as all of my yarn winding. This afternoon, I'm going to have to figure out some way of being able to set up my skein winder and my Swift so that I can do some reskeining. I've got some dried yarn that I'll show you soon, which is for an upcoming market, and I need to get that done, but I don't have my normal setup because I've literally packed everything down. Bathroom construction is almost done. The frame is up. The walls are plastered on the inside, and I've gone with some ply cladding on the outside. It's got all the cornices and everything in there, and it has been painted. They just need to repaint the door and hang that, and then install the vanity and the toilet. So it is almost ready. So other things farm-wise, we've moved the sheep in with the chickens for a couple of days while the grass is really long in there because they have literally eaten all of the grass and almost all of their hay from over by the house. So we've sort of moved them into the next paddock. But we can't keep them in there for very long because once the grass gets low, they'll start to attack the trees. So as soon as it looks like the grass is close to being done, we'll have to move them out. And then the challenge is going to be actually getting them back into the paddocks out here. We used a cage trailer to move them from here over to where they've been for quite a while, and that was really quite easy. But since then, we have removed the cage from that trailer to use for a lot of other things, and it's actually really hard to get it back on again and off. So we're probably not going to put it back on Instead, I think we're going to go back to our old method of moving them, which is a strap around their middle and like walking, running, getting dragged by them one by one back over to their paddock. So actually not looking forward to doing that because it's kind of hard, but I'm not sure we're going to be as easy in terms of getting them back up onto the trailer from the paddock they were in anyway, because it's harder to corral them in where they are in to sort of get them up, whereas out here we had that little run that we could put them in. So yeah, we'll be doing that maybe this weekend, but maybe not. We'll have to just see how things go, but I think very shortly they will be on the move back out here. This week I'm showing off another one of my shawls. This is the Love You Baby Shawl by Suzanne Summer. I will put a link below to the pattern page. I don't remember who the yellow yarn is by. It was an indie dyer and I don't think they're dyeing anymore. The other two colors, the purple, oh, I can't do this, reversed, the light purple and the blue are both hand dyed by me. The light purple is a kind of a mistake version of the You're Turning Violet colorway, and the blue is the Jewel C colorway. So there is a nice close-up of the colors. So it's brioche and it's stripes and some garter, and it's a really nice squishy shawl. So as I said, this afternoon, I'm going to battle with my current situation to try and find a spot to reskein some yarn that is now dry that I dyed last week. And I also wanted to first show you, this was the silver grey that I had done as a custom order. I have a couple of skeins of this left and I've called it Mist, and it will be with me at my next market. The next market will be the All About Fibre and Yarn Festival Market in Mornington at the Pavilion on the 18th of August. And I will put some information below on that so that you can check that out and hopefully come and visit me right by the sea. So it should be a really lovely day. So I have been dyeing a little bit to restock on some colorways. I have done some Rose Hip on DK, some Sitting Pretty on DK, all needs to be reskeined, some Smoke on 4-ply on sock yarn, and some Snosberries on sock yarn. And if you watched last week, you would have seen me, I was wearing a shawl that was made with this colorway, so I'll have that restocked at the next market. So I don't have too much, I don't think, that I'm going to do in terms of dyeing before the next market. I need to get all of my boxes and stuff out again and get myself all sorted in terms of how my display is going to be. I am still waiting, it's been a really long time, on my wispy lace weight yarn to come in. It should be on the way now. So I'm hoping that I will have that dyed up and ready for my September market, which is in Romsey. So stay tuned for me getting into dyeing of that as well. Whew, it's actually really hot in here today. I'm going to take this off as soon as I finish recording. I've got the fire going. The sun's coming in through the windows, which is really lovely. And I think now that I have a wall that's blocking the other side of the shed, it's actually holding in the heat a lot more. That could just be my imagination, but I feel like it is much warmer in here today than it has been. It's also probably much warmer outside, so it's a bit of a combination. But whew, I'm going to have to get this shawl off really soon. You can see my face is going a bit red. Now to my knitting. I have finished the stripy socks that I've been working on for a little while. My shorty ones out of the pink is Shock Me by Melbourne City Dye Works, and the stripe is from Half Baked Hand Dyed. Do I have the name of the colorway? It's called Caper. And I actually haven't cast on another pair of socks because instead I have been working on a beanie with my Christmas yarn. So that's kind of been my sock project. So I've based it on the sock head hat, and I did quite a bit of ribbing there, which will be plenty to fold up and make a nice thick brim. And now I'm into the head part, I guess you call it. So this is my Christmas yarn, still to be named. And I think once I've finished this, I'm sort of thinking about it as I'm knitting. Once I've finished this project, I will announce the name, and I will start to get organized in terms of a pre-order. So that is my Christmas 2024 yarn. And I've also made some progress on my A Little Love. And I'm really actually enjoying it because it's not a difficult lace repeat to memorize. And it's 4 rows are actually just knits and purls. So you do have some rest rows in between. But look how that's coming out. It's just really, really pretty, quite effective, easy to read too, in terms of knowing where, if you have made a mistake, which I did at one point. I forgot one of the yarn overs, and instead of having to like tink back all the way, I just dropped down and created a yarn over and picked back up, and that worked quite well. I can't even tell where it was now. So yeah, so that's the back lace panel starting to come together, and this is knit with Fairfield Fins in the logwood color. Something I also finished this week, which I totally forgot that I hadn't finished and I found in the bottom of a bag, was my Clementine shawl by Barley of Tea Time Yarn Retreats. I have with her some of my yarn in kits for the pattern. So it's a pattern, some needle stoppers, and also 3 skeins of my yarn. And so I decided that I would make one as well to show off what it looked like. So I used While the Sun Shines is the yellow. Morning Glow is the variegated pinky purple color. And so I did all of the textured section in the While the Sun Shines, and then I did stripes of different lengths of the Morning Glow through the ripple section, and it's really pretty. It's nice and big. I blocked it when it was flat, so it was knit flat, and then I joined it in the round. Sewed it up. I had done a provisional cast on, and I was going to graft it, and then I thought, I really don't enjoy grafting. It's kind of a bit, that's why I do toe up socks. And so instead I just did a 3 needle bind off. I put lots of stitches onto a needle, and I turned it inside out and did a 3 needle bind off. And I think you can hardly see, it's quite neat. And on the inside, it's just one little ridge there. So I think it came out looking quite nice. So I'll switch over and I'll put that on instead. Now you can see my dodgy t-shirt. But if I makes a nice double loop cowl. So what are my wearings for the price of one? This this has come out really nicely. It's going to be nice and thick for winter. I've probably mistimed it really poorly in terms of finishing this, because it would have been a good one for wearing when it was much colder. It's really come out looking really nicely. So if you're interested, there is a link on my website to go to her website to buy the kits, and she has them available on her website and where she is at markets as well. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and look forward to seeing you next week on the farm.